I'm Ben Pugh, and you're listening to Impact Parenting with Perspective. This podcast is all about helping parents manage the mental and emotional drama that comes with parenting teens so they can focus on what's most important, building rock-solid relationships and having a powerful impact on their teen's life. Join me each week as I dive into real tools to help you and your teen turn struggles into strengths. Merry Christmas. If you're listening to this podcast after Christmas, you can still listen to it. This is going to be quick, brief, short, but awesome. This is the podcast that, like, this year, Christmas lands on a Thursday. And I still wanted to give you a Christmas present. Actually, I just wanted to give you a podcast episode. But today we're going to call it a Christmas present. Merry Christmas. Thank
And
you.
be grateful. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for spending your Christmas with me and Courtney. Courtney's at home today. Good
Yes.
job. Not really. We're recording this. Oh, this is getting deep. This is meta. We're thinking of your future self right now and where you are on Christmas, even though at the time of this recording, you are not there on Christmas. This is like the power of A Christmas Carol in our real life. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you think I'll be on when this podcast comes out?
Montana.
I guess you'll have to stay tuned to find out.
Wait, you're not going to tell me?
I don't know where I'll be on Christmas. It's the future.
I know where I'll be. Right here, sitting at my desk.
On Christmas?
No, I'll be over by the tree. Okay, Courtney, let us talk about one of my all-time favorite books, A Christmas Carol.
Okay.
Now, did you tell me you have never read this book?
I have never read the book. I think when I was a child, I might have watched the cartoon version.
Like with Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's awesome. I love that
a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So I love A Christmas Carol, and this will come as no surprise to you. But after reading it this time, I was like, man, there's still things that I don't understand. That's not the thing that you won't find a surprise. The thing that you won't be shocked by is I went to ChatGPT and I was like, dude, I just read A Christmas Carol. I've read it lots of times. And basically, there are things that I still don't understand. Can you help clarify some of the things? And it was really cool to have ChatGPT be like, yeah, here are some common misunderstandings when it comes to A Christmas Carol. I don't think I really learned anything super new. I think I might read it one more time and just go through it and be like, what in the crap does this mean? Because it does use some old language that we don't use. But this year reading it, I really noticed something very different. You haven't read it yet, so I just want to ask, how would you define the character of Scrooge? Like in the beginning, I don't know, just what would you call him, or what type of character would you say that he is?
I just remember him being like a grumpy old duck. Yeah, just like angry.
Yeah, okay, good. I can't wait till you read this. In a lot of books, or not books, in a lot of adaptations of the book, they treat Scrooge as this villain. Like he's the bad guy, and then he changes, and by the end, now he's a good guy. The thing that I really noticed this year, Scrooge was not a bad guy. He was someone dealing with trauma and pain. And he was just showing up being what he thought was the best he could be. And it wasn't until he went through this process of self-reflection that he healed from those previous wounds and saw the person that he always wanted to be and got back in line with that. Courtney, as you read it, like really pay attention. Where do we get a hint of some of the wounds that he experienced as a child in his past that kind of led to him being this grumpy old man that most people saw as a villain, just seeing it on the surface.
Okay, I will. By the way, it's free on Audible, the
Yeah.
Tim Curry version,
Oh,
the one
nice.
that you recommended.
I think they rotate which one. I think maybe they're all free this time of year. But yeah, there's also one by Hugh Grant. He was not my favorite. And there's a few other ones, but I really like the Tim Curry one. He does a good job. And it's only like 2.5, 3 hours. I never know really how long books are because I listen to them on like double or 2.5 speed. But it's a very good book. The other thing that I really noticed, like I've had a little more empathy for Scrooge this year. When we think about Scrooge, we think about like being grumpy and selfish because
Mhm.
that was one of the underlying tones. Like he was selfish, he wouldn't give things. And I saw a video recently on social media, and it's like Scrooge wasn't like a hypocrite. Like he wasn't asking other people to do something that he himself wasn't willing to do. Like there's a part in the book where they're like in the office and it's super cold. His clerk is really cold, but he's also cold. Like he doesn't want to waste money buying coal. He is a cheapskate, but he's not like saying, I think everyone should do this, and yet he's out living this lavish life. Like he's just being Scrooge, what he thought was the very best version of himself. But the other thing that really stuck out to me this time, Courtney, pay attention also as you read this to how the ghosts speak to Scrooge and see if you can catch them
Mm,
in really good coaching moments.
okay.
Like, there are some times where the ghosts ask Scrooge a question. They know darn what the answer is, and they're just asking so that Scrooge has to explore. Like, yeah, I don't know. What is the answer here? Spoiler, I use that trick on my teens all the time. If you can start asking your kids powerful questions, that will invite them to think on a deeper level. And man, this year I really appreciated, like it felt like all three of those ghosts were ninja level life coaches, just helping Scrooge navigate his past, his present, and the future. It is awesome. I love the book. If you haven't read it, guys, and you're disappointed with all the gifts that your kids didn't give you, give yourself the gift of A Christmas Carol. It's free on Audible.
Okay. So the ghosts share wisdom. Tater.
I love the book A Christmas Carol. I have probably been listening to that for like the past 7 or 8 years. And the cool thing is, the first time you read it, it is going to be hard to understand because it was written like 200 years ago. The more you read it, the more things just sink in and it just makes sense. But the cool thing is, every year it brings me to tears and it inspires me to be a better man. And like we said last week, the real underlying factor, yeah, we talk about parenting, but if you want to be a better parent, do the work that you have to do that is all within you to be the best person that you can be. And it's a shame that A Christmas Carol is a Christmas book so that we only read it once a year. I probably read freaking Leadership and Self Deception more than I read that one just because I read it multiple times throughout the year. I can read it in the
Mhm.
spring, in the fall, whenever. But it has powerful concepts. And the truth is, the way you perceive your reality right now and who you are is very heavily dependent on your past and who you were. And to some extent, you need to go understand some of these things that happened to you in the past. Take some time to heal that. Even though you're living in the present moment, you can mentally and emotionally go back in time and heal those wounds to help you better be the person that you want to be. And the good news is, especially for life coaches like me, like you can mentally and emotionally go back in time and heal a wound, and it's awesome, but there's probably other wounds. And once you start addressing these and really showing up to be the mom or be the dad that you want to be, your life is going to start showing you, like, hey, here's a weakness. If your teen is just pushing all the right buttons and driving you crazy, guess what? That is an indicator that there is an area of healing and growth. And one of the things, so I asked ChatGPT, help me understand this. One of the cool things that it said to me is like, A Christmas Carol isn't this book about this bad person who has a change of heart and becomes a good person. A Christmas Carol is about a guy who's doing his best, goes back in time through the help of these ghosts, heals some wounds, and is now free to be the person that he wants to be. Because he's
Hmm.
like, let the chains. Sometimes I don't even know how. He's like loosed his shackles, whatever the heck that means. Courtney will make fun of me for that later. But
No, no shackles is that's what they call it, I think. I would have known what you were talking about.
okay, good. Yeah, so he loosened his shackles. Now I sound smart. But as you read the book, really explore, where do I need to heal? Where can I set myself free from old limiting beliefs, from old hurts and pains, from old habits?
Mhm.
And I promise you, like, start now. In 1 year, I promise you, if you make an intentional effort to be the person that you want to be, when we have this conversation again next year, because I think I talk about A Christmas Carol every single year on my podcast,
Mhm.
which is why it's so disappointing that Courtney has yet to listen to me and actually read it. But this year's the year, guys. Keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah. You haven't told me as many times as leadership and self-deception, so
That
a
is
few more
true.
times and I'll do it. I have some time over the break. I will make sure I do
Here's what I know is going to happen. And this will sound really familiar, Courtney. You're going to read this book.
it.
Then what's going to happen? You already know the ending. You're chuckling.
Probably. You might be right. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, then she's going to send me a text with like a mind blown emoji and be like, Ben, this changes everything.
That's what I needed to hear. Yeah. I won't be surprised.
The cool thing is, if we were to get a little bit spiritual for just a minute, I believe that the physical body, like this meat suit that we're all in, is very governed by the laws of time. Like physically, there's no going back in time. We're on a one way train just heading into the future. Spiritually, which would probably be more on the mental and emotional side, I don't think we're bound by the same rules and laws of time. You can mentally go back in time. Like, I remember specifically doing this. I remember getting in a lot of trouble as a very young child and seriously feeling like nobody loved me. Like, there were times where like I was a hard child. I understand this. And like my grandma would be like, I'll take a turn with Ben. But she just treated me so nice. She loved me. And she knew I was going to get my butt kicked at home for being a knucklehead. Anyways, I remember a specific moment where like I just felt like no one in the world loved me. And I was like, why am I even here? And I was probably only like 6 or 7. Kids these days,
Mm.
6, 7. Anyways,
Oh boy.
I know. When I learned about the eternal nature of like the mind and your emotions and the spirit, the person teaching me was like, yeah, you could totally go back in time as the grown up version of you and give that 6-year old version of you the love that he needs and let him know, like, dude, you are not alone. In fact, this life is awesome and you are going to be pretty freaking bad A when you grow up. So you got things to look forward to. Anyways, I remember doing that, and it completely changed how I remember that experience. And it's like it helped me go back in time and heal that emotional wound that I had been carrying around forever. And it doesn't make it magically just change and disappear, but it changes the context of that experience. Now, rather than being a rock I carry around in a backpack that's super heavy, that's like this powerful experience where I understand the spiritual power that I have to go back and heal myself and to look forward into the future and take calculated effort. Like last week, we talked about building traditions that fill the holes. Like I can look to my future self. I know like that dude is healthy. He's wealthy. He is known for how generous he is and how much he loves to help people. When I can travel to the future and see that inspires me. Like, man, this is who I need to be today so that I can be that in the future. And you don't have to go through what Scrooge did, where it's like, man, I'm a real rotten apple here. If I continue to live this way, here's all the bad. But you can look to the future and see all the good that you want to create. Okay, Courtney, like 10 things I said there had you giggling. What's up?
I don't even remember because you just use really good. You choose your verbiage is amazing
My
to describe things. A rotten apple, like I never would have. It makes sense, but yeah, you're quick-witted.
Oh, thank you. And I always have to keep in mind that my podcast is G rated. So I have to, I can't call Scrooge whatever I want. I got to stick with the G rating.
So Scrooge goes back in his past, and then do they visit the present and the future?
You're going to have to read the
No,
book.
no,
Oh,
no.
I
But
feel
wait,
like
we
LeVar Burton.
we can still talk about it because it's not going to ruin the book for me. There's, I'm sure, so much more to unpack than what you could spill here today.
So
So when he goes, like when they do the future part, do they show him what he will end up if he carries on the path that he's on?
basically, but
Okay.
they do it really creatively.
Okay.
And like, just pay attention when you get to that part. So there's three ghosts. Technically, he was visited by four ghosts. Jacob Marley, his old buddy that was just as grumpy and crotchety as as Scrooge. And then ghost number one takes him to the past. Ghost number two helps him explore the present. And ghost number three takes him to the future.
Okay.
And there's a dead person in the future that they never call him by name. But it's really cool the different names that they use for this dead person. Like people talking about him, like, oh, old Scratch is dead. What does Scratch sound like? Scrooge. Or
Hmm.
oh, the old Screw is dead. Like, what does Screw sound like? Scrooge. Like, and he is oblivious. He's like, who is that dead person? Who? Like, I need to know who is it. Anyways, I can't wait for you to read the. Seriously, you're gonna read the book, and we're gonna have to do a post
Christmas podcast.
Christmas podcast. It'll come out on New Year's Eve where we talk about how this book changed your life. So, all of you guys who listen to this over Christmas, we'll probably unpack it. Will you have time between Christmas and New Year's?
Yeah, I should, especially if your prediction is right for my future and I'm in Montana.
I might be right. What if I'm the ghost of Christmas future?
Future? Okay.
Now, there's one glaring difference between me and the ghost in Christmas future.
Did he not have hair?
No, he didn't speak, and I talk a lot.
Yes.
Did he not have hair? I'm losing my hair.
Yeah, once I said that, I was like, oh, probably could have picked something different, but we
Yeah,
went
so
with it.
he doesn't speak as much as I do. Any other spoiler questions that you'd like me to give away?
No, but just I was wanting to know more about how someone could hear that this book could relate. I know you were talking about looking back at past traumas or situations from the past and how it impacts who you are and how you are now. But no, I just wanted a little bit more information because I really didn't remember much,
Yeah.
hardly anything about the movie or the book.
One of the cool things, so I have talked about this a few times. I injured my back recently, and one of the exercises that they have me do doesn't even feel like it's actually doing anything. Like they have me either lay or sit in a certain position and breathe in a certain way that indicates to my body, like, hey, you're safe. You can experience a little bit of physical pain, but you're safe. Let's lean into the pain and breathe into the pain and show your body we can experience this, we can move past it. Because what happens physically, like for me personally, like I have experienced some injuries with my back, and my back's like, ooh, don't do that again because that really hurts. And
Hmm.
so your back stops functioning properly because it's like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And so your back just, it's very limited on how it can move and behave and function. So part of this thing is me literally training my back. Like, no, we can still do that. It's okay for it to hurt. We're safe. Go ahead and turn some of these systems back on that are functioning. For me, what Scrooge went through was like, hey, you're a wealthy old man. And you're not going to starve to death. What you're afraid of happening based on what happened in the past, like we can go back and fix that. And we can teach you, like, hey, it's okay to experience pain and loss and loneliness. Now that you can experience those, let's move forward. Let's experience some of these other emotions. And in my coaching program, one of the things that I teach is about emotional health. And that's the ability to experience any and all emotions. A lot of people seriously try and avoid specific emotions, and they don't realize that is a lack of emotional health. Like you have to be able to feel the fear to be able to also experience confidence. You have to experience sadness to also be able to experience happiness. It's a good book. I now can't wait till our next podcast.
Okay. I promise I'll read it.
Awesome. Okay, you heard it, guys. Courtney, there's one thing about her. She might not always be on time to the podcast, but if she says she's going to read something, she will read it eventually. No,
Eventually. Yes.
I should be nicer to you. We're gonna
No,
get
don't.
mail that's like, Ben, you're always picking on Courtney,
That's
and
fine.
to which
It
I'll
doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm not a victim.
Courtney
And
always mocking me. No,
trust that I will get you back. I'm not worried about it.
well,
That's why I put
Courtney,
in my song, we're like brother and sister. Like
I know.
you poke at me and I poke at you. Like that, it just reminds me of siblings. So bring it.
Yeah, that Courtney reminds me of one of those annoying little siblings. Oh, just joking.
I'll wear it with pride.
Okay, before we let you guys go, I do want to wish you a heartfelt Merry Christmas. I
Yes.
love that you're here. I love that you listen to this podcast. I love that I get to hang out with Courtney
Mhm.
when she shows up.
Eventually.
But as always, guys, if you are looking for help in your life, I don't have many coaching slots available. My teenage slots are very limited since they
Sparse.
have to be after school. But if you have a team that can meet during the day, that frees things up a lot. And if your teen is reluctant to getting help, remember, you can get coaching too. Don't just show up hoping that I can fix your teen. Be willing to do the work yourself.
Mhm.
And maybe one of these days I can convince Courtney to come coach with me. We'll see.
Maybe.
Maybe. I'll have to like hold her kids hostage or something. Except for she'll be like, "Oh yeah, thanks. You can
See
keep
ya.
it for another." You'll. I always tell my kid, I'm like, "Dude, I'm not worried about you getting kidnapped because they'll probably bring you right back."
Oh, stop. My papa said that all the time. And I say that to my kids. It's
As
probably not very good, but
when you ask them, like, No, can I eat only this specific food? Like they're going to be fed up with you. They'll bring you right back. Everyone, Merry Christmas. We will see you again on New Year's Eve, and we will probably wait, New Year's Day. Sorry. New Year's Day is Christmas, but we'll probably be debriefing after Courtney reads A Christmas Carol, and then we'll just take you into the new year with confidence.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
All right. See you, Courtney.
Bye.